Ready for a simple concept that will blow your mind? Developed by Dan Sullivan, an expert on entrepreneurship who has coached more successful entrepreneurs than anyone on the planet, that's over 20,000 in 30 years, you're about to learn something that will instantly make you happier, more motivated, and even more successful. This is a major mindset change you're about to make. The concept we're talking about is called the gap and the gain. Dr. Benjamin Hardy, an organizational psychologist and a best-selling author, worked with Dan Sullivan on bringing the concept to a wider audience, hence this book. Dr. Hardy, who co-authored the book, is one of my favorite YouTubers, and when he was on Medium, he was my favorite Medium writer. For several years, he was the #1 most viewed writer on Medium, and his articles were reached to over 100 million people. In this video, we'll go over what the gap and the gain actually means, and I'll include 3 action steps you can take now to feel happier right this instance. So let's break it down. When you're in the gap, you're looking at the ideal in the future you want to reach. The ideals are goals you set out for yourself, and you won't be happy until you achieve them. Like, I would like millions of YouTube subscribers, or I would like that promotion or that job. Now, what if I told you that there's a different way to look at your life? Instead of looking forward and looking at what you don't have, look backwards and see what you've accomplished. Now, here are 4 things we can do right now to adopt this new mindset. Number 1, bust out a piece of paper. Write on top of it 10 years and then list all the achievements or accomplishments you've had during the last 10 years of your life. How far have you come? Bullet point these. Include any forms of growth or progress. Had kids? Write it down. Started a business? That's huge! Don't forget to write down challenging events where you learn something. Living with the gain mindset means transforming every experience, whether good or bad, as a gain. Turn it into a lesson. I'll share some of mine. 2 huge milestones in my life were having my 2 boys, Parker and Logan. Parker's now 10, so it counts. I love being a mother to these 2 wonderful boys. It just feels effortless. Did you know when I first had Parker, I had to Google and find out why mothers love their kids so much? Because I had this overwhelming feeling of love for him. I wanted to know the biological reason. Sounds silly now, but I was serious. I never experienced that kind of love in my life. I mean, I love my husband and all, but loving children is on a whole new level. Mamas, you got me? In the last 10 years, I sold off part of my company I co-founded with my brother. It's a highly popular art blog called My Modern Men. When I sold my share to him, it was bringing at its height about 6 million people per month. And I'm sure right now it's even more. A few other things I'm proud of are exercising regularly, thanks Peloton, and not going back to the psych ward, share that story someday, and I stopped smoking. I had really ramped smoking up last year when Logan was doing online learning, so I'm really proud of the fact that I kicked that habit to the curb. That Marlboro man has 1 less customer. The last achievement I'll share with you is starting this YouTube channel. Me on YouTube? Asked me that a few years ago and I would have said, no way. I'm much too concerned about what other people think of me or how I look or my weight to do anything like that. Well, here I am. Thank you, Ali Abdal and the PTYA course for giving me the foundation to do something like this. Now, look at your list and be proud of how far you've come. Are there any bad habits you stopped? Are there good habits you've started? Did you take a leap in your career? Did you get closer to people or even God? The reason why we did this exercise is because it allows you to look back at your former self and see the massive gains you've accomplished. Feels good, right? The next action step I want you to do is come up with 10 items that complete this sentence. I know I am being successful when... To guide you along, here are some of mine. I can wake up every day and ask myself, what fun thing am I going to do today? I can wear whatever I want. Hello, PJs. I can drop off and pick up my kids every day, giving them a big bear hug each time I see them. You get the drift. Your success criteria isn't how much money you make, or how many followers you have, or how many subscribers you have on your YouTube channel. It's personal and it's self-determined. That means success is defined by you. Here's why it's important. Happiness as a person is dependent on what you measure yourself against. So stop measuring yourself against others and measure yourself against yourself. This list helps because you're being grateful for what you have. You realize that you're successful in a lot of different ways, and that list was specifically made by you and for you. Now to action step number 3. The last one is the most transformative and the hardest. Let me just put this fact out there. Did you know that 96.9% of people who use their smartphones an hour before bed? Damn, that's crazy. So what's the ask? 1 hour before bed, put your phone on airplane mode, and then promise to yourself that you won't touch it. Then download this app called Winstreak, Winstreak, and simply enter the 3 wins you have accomplished that day. and the 3 wins you want to accomplish the next day. You can even just do this in a journal. Why do we do this? You'll feel like you're always winning and making progress. Here are the huge benefits of taking on this practice. First, it'll boost your gratitude, happiness, and confidence. It'll direct your subconscious while you sleep to work on any problems you have. And it'll get you energized for the next day, giving you purpose, and you'll retrain your brain to see the gains instead of the gap. So how does it feel to have some homework? I promise, try these things in your life and your life will be transformed. I'm talking life-changing. Share these ideas with your friends and family and even your children, and you'll see how much happier you'll all be. It's a mindset shift that works. I like to end with a powerful quote from Tony Robbins that correlates with this book. Quote, I think anybody that gets wired to grow and give is gonna have a really fulfilling life. It doesn't matter what you choose to do, you're going to be alive because you're going to make progress. Unquote. If you'd like to learn more about mindset, watch my video on mindset. That's my most life-changing book. Thanks, and so